You doing? So I grinded for 5-star War Machine. As you can see, I ranked 236 with a score of 32.97 million approximately. So when it comes to grinding in the arena, getting champions in the arena, I've been very fortunate. Really, I've been very lucky because every time I grinded for a champion, if I wanted to grind first, like do arena for a certain champion, I've been able to get that champion. So I've been very lucky, and I only wish that it translate to opening crystals because a year and a half already, and I still haven't gone apocalypse. Not a 5-star or a 6-star, not even a 5-star. That's how unlucky I am when it comes to opening crystals. That's so why did I grind for War Machine? So I'm gonna show. Let's look at War Machine. Why I grinded for War Machine in the arena. Let's look at the arena. I do think War Machine is underrated by himself. The reason why is because of his free fight ability. If he had his free fight ability active every fight, he'll easily be in the top 5 tech champion in the game. Maybe, probably even the top 3 tech champion in the game. If he was able to have access to all his free fight ability. So, not only that, his free fight ability could be used by any tech champion. That's why I wanted to get the champion even more because he's this means that any tech champion can use this. That means Nebula can use this free fight ability, NIMROD can use this free fight ability, so is Omega Sentinel, which is going to be the new champion that's coming out. So I think War Machine is one of the most important champion in the game. Not because of him mostly, it's because of his free fight ability. I do think he's underrated by himself. So let's look at what I'm really mostly excited about is Omega Sentinel and her synergy. So let's look at NIMROD. So Nimrod is about to get a huge buff through Omega Sentinel synergy. So I think Nimrod by himself is underrated. Let's just look at his damage is decent, and his sustainability is pretty good considering his immune to bleed and poison. So you can run damage mastery with him. Not only that, he has regen on his SP3. When it comes to sustainability, when it comes to ease of use, he's not the hardest champion to use. And when it comes to utility, he has one of the most best utilities in the game. He's probably the best champion to go up against mutants. So Nimrod has his uses by himself. He's definitely underrated by himself, but he's about to get a huge buff through Omega Sentinel synergy. So let's look at it. So you see that question mark at the top? That's going to be Omega Sentinel. So gain plus 225 attack rating for each additional Nimrod or Sentinel on the team. So if you have Nimrod and Omega Sentinel on the team, that's an extra 450 attack rating. It's not gonna be much if you have a high ranked Nimrod, but if you're like using a 5-star or even a 4-star, that extra 450 attack rating is gonna be huge difference for your damage purposes. But I want to really talk about mostly is this new wave, if synergy. If a personal shock effect is prevented by immunity, Nimrod inflicts a matching incinerate debuff. So I don't think anybody in the game is immune to shock and incinerate at the same time. So this is gonna be make Nimrod more usable and give him more utility. Not only that, robots gets plus 5% combat power rate for each shock on the opponent, max 50%. So Nimrod can shock opponents. When he does, he can increase his combat power rate. But this synergy with Omega Sentinel, you see this question mark, it's really OP for Nebula, which I'm going to talk about a little bit later. The plus 5% combat power rate for each shock on the opponent, max 50%. So Nimrod is going to get a huge buff to Omega Sentinel synergy. And when Omega Sentinel comes out, either he's going to have a synergy with Nimrod or he's going to have synergy with robots. Either way, Nimrod is a robot. So either way, Nimrod's going to benefit having Omega Sentinel on the team with synergy. So he's going to be seeing some more playtime. But I want to really talk about that synergy, that plus combat 50% combat rate. So let's look at Nebula. Nebula. So mine is an Awaken as a 6-star rank 3. If you have a max sig 5 or 6-star, she gains plus 25% combat power rate. So that's really I really didn't think this was useful, but I think this thing could be very useful, especially combined with Omega Sentinel increased power rate. So let me just, when it comes to the game, I always think about what if, okay? What if Nebula has that weapon overcharge passive the entire fight from the beginning towards the end? She would have like the highest DPS in the game. Her damage wise would be at least double, maybe triple when it comes to Nebula's damage. If she only has that weapon overcharge passive from the beginning of the fight. I do think it's underrated. So let's see why in a little bit later. And also when it comes to the SP1, she can literally power lock the opponent the entire fight if she wanted to. If she had the overcharge passive the entire fight, unless they're a shock immune or immune to power lock or power drain, she can keep opponent 0 bar power. So she's like literally, if she had that overcharge passive the entire fight, she's gonna be like the best champion in the game. I already think she's the second best champion in the game for skill players and the best tech champion in the game for non-skill players. So let's look at some Nebula gameplay. So here I have a 6-star rank 3 without synergy on Awaken. I just wanted to show you when it comes to overcharge passive how it's fairly easy, even a 6-star rank 3 unawakened without synergy, how I can get to the my SP3 before the overcharge passive comes up, expire. I just wanted to showcase you that. So let's look at it. I'm going to fire my XP3. Keep in mind this is a rank 3. If you have like a rank 5, you gain an extra 10% combat power rate, because I believe Kabam says for every higher rank the opponent gets, they gain an extra 5% combat rate. So if you have a rank 5, you're going to get an extra 10% combat power rate. Not only that, if you smack sig, the opponent is shocked, she gains another 25% combat rate. That's 35 plus another 10% through synergy. That's 45. As you can see, I was able to fire my SP3 with plenty of time to spare, and while still having that overcharge passive. And plus with Omega Sentinel synergy, that's another up to 50% combat power rate. So that's a total of up to 95% combat power rate. So she literally, with Omega Sentinel synergy, as well as being on max sig as a rank 5, she literally could fire 2 SP3 before the weapon overcharge passive expire. So what can she do in those times? So she can literally like throw an SP3 and then do 2 SP2s while still having the overcharge passive. She can probably do like SP1 to SP2 and then SP1 again if she wanted to, or she can have so much flexibility. SP3, SP2, SP1, maybe even back to SP3. So a lot of flexibility having that extra combat power rate. I just want to show you in the next clip how OP this synergy is. This is a 5-star rank 3. I'm about to take out Realm of Legends Winter Soldier with 70% health left. So this is roughly about 383,000 health left when it comes to Realm of Legends Winter Soldier. I tried it with a 6-star rank 3, but I couldn't get to the rotation because it was doing too much damage, so I wasn't able to complete the rotation. So I had to use my 5-star rank 3. Keep in mind this is a rank 3, not a rank 5. And I have them at sig 80, which is about 18% extra combat power rate. So look at how much damage a 5-star rank 3, which is really essentially a 4-star rank 5, with a slightly higher attack. But keep in mind that a rank 3 versus a rank 5 has a lower 10% combat lower rate power rate. So it's DPS wise pretty much the same. Essentially it's really like a 4-star damage wise. She's going to be able to do 383,000 damage in 43 seconds. And there's a point in the fight that she's able to do like like 300k health in like um 8 seconds, which is pretty crazy. Look at that. I'm about to beat Realm of Legends. See, just to show you how OP that overcharged passive is, I was able to beat Winter Soldier, a 5-star rank 3 like with 70% health left, with a 5-star rank 3 in 43 seconds. As you could see, I had 77 charges in an opponent. So if you had, it's definitely going to be easier with if she was at max sig or a rank 5 with especially with Omega Sentinel synergy. She can easily get, I don't know about easily, but I tried. You can still do a SP2 to SP1 rotation, but it's much harder. But if you, it's probably going to be easier with Omega Sentinel synergy. But if you could pull it off, look at that, 77 seconds. If you read the ability, when it comes to her special one, for every shock on the opponent, that's 1 second of power lock, or 12% of power drain, and you only need like 25 seconds, 25 charges to drain entire max power of the opponent. So that's pretty much overdone with 77 charges. But really, mostly the 77 seconds, that's 77 seconds of power lock on the opponent, assuming they're not shock immune or immune to power drain or power lock. So that's really strong if you can pull off an SP2 to SP1, but it's much, much harder. So let me go to the next clip. Here, I just wanted to show you here. I was able to pull it off with the SP1 to SP2 rotation because it's much easier going from SP1 to SP2 rotation. So I'm going to have, I believe, a 26-second power lock on the opponent, and you only need 25 charges. As you can see here, I was able to drain the entire power of Realm of Legends Winter Soldier, and I have him a 26-second power lock, and I can play pretty aggressive because he's power locked. And here you go, I was able to fire that SP2, so SP1 to SP2 rotation. As you can see how much damage she's doing. This is every half a second, so over 35,000 health every second. It's a 5-star rank 3 when it comes to the shock charges. So let's go with the next one, the next video. As you can see in this when it comes to the 5-star rank 3, I only have Guardian and War Machine synergy in with me. I'm going to do the same thing as I did in the last video, the last clip. So I'm gonna get up to here, up to like a 36-second power lock, and be able to power drain entire power, and you only need 25 shock just to drain entire power, max power of the opponent. So 36-second power lock. But I just want to show you, I pretty much, not only you can see the SP1 to SP2, I barely missed it. As you can see, it expired already. So if I had the Omega Sentinel synergy, this would be a lot easier. As you can see, towards the end, I failed. When it comes to my SP1 to SP2, it just barely fell off. So with the Omega Sentinel synergy, that would have been a lot easier. So what do I think about this? I don't think it's going to be practical for most fights, but I do think it's going to be very useful. Thank you.